Welcome into your 15-minute weather. I'm meteorologist John Zeigler. How you doing? Showing off my Grinch Christmas socks here, I guess.
'Tis the season.
Is it?
No.
I wore Halloween socks yesterday. It's been a rough couple of days with sock game. We're back.
We're back.
We are so
back.
back.
We are so back. It's
How you
so
doing?
fun. Good. Better now because we get to do this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Finally get to nerd out a little bit about weather. We have yet to talk about the major snowstorm.
That's right. Yeah.
I actually just looked back at the past, something I had posted. I looked back at the past 14 days of snow. There was 6 feet of snow in northern Wisconsin near the Lake Superior in the past 2 weeks. 30 inches of snow. We had our 12 inches of snow, and it's all gone.
Yeah.
Wausau, Wisconsin melted 30 inches of snow in 7 days. Like, is that even possible?
That is crazy.
Yeah. So I
Crazy.
think it shows you the record-breaking ridge that's ongoing across the country and still going. So we're not done with our warmth.
Yeah. I mean, we're going to trend warmer tomorrow, and then it looks like we have more warmth into next week. The whole 6 to 10, 8 to 14 day outlook looks warmer.
What do you think the biggest challenge is when you start getting to la-la land for temperatures, which is what I would call Saturday? Saturday was a hard forecast.
Saturday was a hard
Because
forecast.
it was record-breaking, la land. Models are like 50, and then what's 80? How do you forecast that? I don't know. I'm putting you on the spot. I'm like, how do you, like for me, I always get nervous. You know.
I get nervous too. I think it's a question of, do you believe it or not? And I was like, oh, I don't know. I was trying to play it safe at first, and then I was like, you know what? 75.
I
I'm
like
on
it.
board.
That's aggressive. I like
And-
that.
But then
we need that.
I got nervous again. I was like, shoot, I don't know. But then I saw the way the models were like pushing the warmth, and I was like, okay, I guess I believe it again. So there's a lot of back and forth. And then it ends up being almost 80 degrees.
Yeah, so your gut feeling was right.
Yeah.
I feel like people don't realize that we grapple with those gut feelings all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like tomorrow is a day where I've got a gut feeling it's going to be 71, 72, but then it's like, well, why didn't I do it?
Yeah, and I think your gut feeling improves when you get a better feeling for the territory. And you've been here, you're from here, which helps. And so you've gone through the seasons enough times to know, like, okay, when I see this happening out to the west or like in Canada, like this typically leads to
Right.
XYZ pattern
Right.
here.
Because I know my number one busted forecast, since you're asking, is
Yeah.
is actually sunny days in the spring. So we go super adiabatic in the spring, and a lot of that is because it's super dry as well. The sun angle is very strong. That's a nerdy word, but you actually can squeeze out a couple of extra degrees. What that means, and my number one busted forecast is cold fronts in the springtime here when you buy into falling temperatures, and we actually rise 5 to 10 degrees. So maybe that happens on Thursday.
On the front end or
so
the back?
on the back end.
On the
So
back.
the cold front comes through, you're sunny,
Okay.
and you're like, it's going to be 48 today, and then you end up getting like 67.
Within what, like 48 hours?
We're just in that 24-hour window.
Okay.
Like we warmed to 67 when the models thought it was going to be 49 because it's a cold front. You're like, oh yeah, temperatures will drop. But the sun is so strong, and if there's no moisture or no snowpack, temperatures still fly. So I don't know why I'm telling you my biggest busted forecast, but it's in spring.
Well, I was asking.
It is spring, and then you look at Saturday. Look at
Yeah.
the volatility of Saturday, 50s to 80
Yeah.
in 2 days.
Well, and then you go back down. I mean, I think I was doing the math yesterday just to be a nerd. From Saturday down to yesterday morning, that was 53 degrees of difference.
Tanking
Dropping,
temperatures.
yep.
Yeah. It's hard. This is the hardest time of the year.
Yeah.
Especially because and the models are playing a game on, because I looked on Saturday when I was doing the forecast, and it had 46 degrees in Menominee for a high, the Euro, and it ended up being like 80.
Yeah.
So it missed by like, I don't know, 35 degrees.
By like half.
So as a meteorologist, you have to go into la-la land, and you just have to kind of guess.
Yep.
Like, yeah, we're just going to go way out there.
There is a certain amount of guesswork.
Right.
For sure.
Because the models are ingesting too much data. So there you go. All right. Well, let's get outside and talk about the weather here today.
Yeah.
We'll talk about some of the cirrus clouds that are ongoing. So let's take the graphic. This is going to be the sky cam that we're going to be looking at here. We can grab the graphic full so we can click the button. I don't want to click it too fast.
Because then you'll miss the clouds.
You'll miss the
the
clouds coming in.
sunrise. It's very
Can we
important that
take
you
the
see
graphic?
the sunrise.
Are we ready for the camera 2? It's up. Camera 2's up.
Is it?
I don't see it.
I don't see it either. I think we're good.
I think it's on there, but we can't see it.
But we can't see it.
Oh, that's not going to be good. Oh, there we go. There we go. Now we can see it. There you
Beautiful.
go. All right, so here is the sky cam here this morning, but what you're looking at is that overcast sky, but it's an interesting type of overcast. We call these, I think this is a cirrostratus deck.
I think so. Yeah.
You have cirrus means high cloud, and stratus means like complete coverage. But the difference with cirrus clouds is the fact that they actually still allow in the warmth. So low clouds blocks the warmth. Cirrus clouds actually, there are some studies, somebody did in college, that cirrus clouds, if they're thin and wispy in the summertime, can actually heat you up more than a regular sunny day.
Oh, really?
Yes. So cirrus clouds don't necessarily block your warmth. They're fairly thick, but today we got 54 degrees. You can see Mankato down there at 55, Laverne at 62. Now, we were talking a lot about this earlier. I'm right here, so I might as well pop in here. So Grand Marais, I looked yesterday, I haven't looked today, it's 29 inches of snow on the ground. Now, I will never forget last year, they were in the 20s the entire month of April while we were in the 70s and 80s. They have winter a solid month and a half later than us. And the reason for that is they have two things. One, Lake Superior is cold. And one thing you don't realize, or maybe you do, but Lake Superior is the beast lake of them all. The water temperature takes the longest to warm up and cool down. So Lake Superior literally will create, and I will never forget, Grandma's Marathon, June, I don't know the exact date, but it was first week of June. It was 41 degrees for a high in Duluth. How does that happen in June? Because Lake Superior is 41 degrees in June. Doesn't warm. So if Lake Superior is in the 30s right now, this whole area just has winter until June. They just do. It's just part of the deal. So you're going to notice this up in Grand Marais here over the next couple of days, because tomorrow is going to be crazy warm. So the lows tonight, again, always going to be colder up here. The focus is on Grand Marais and International Falls. They have snowpack. Even Bemidji, someone said, nope, nothing on the ground. Because I know that I posted yesterday on Facebook that there was some snowpack on the ground there, but I guess everyone in Bemidji says, no, there's nothing there. So you're out of the, literally as soon as you melt your snowpack, you're done with the cold air. And when I mean cold, I mean teens and 20s, for real. Like settling into single digits, that's not going to happen without snowpack. So we're going to be at 40 tomorrow. Nice morning. It's going to be warm. Or is that this morning? That was this morning? No, it's tomorrow morning. Tomorrow, this is going to be an interesting day. So you have this warm front or stationary boundary or whatever you want to call it. Really, it's just this jet stream that's saddled up here. And the jet stream is the divider between really cold air and really warm air. But look at Minnesota. Now, people always ask me, why is the jet stream, why do we have severe weather at this time of the year? Like, why do you have severe weather? Why is March and April the most nasty time of the year for severe weather? Because this is a perfect example of why. So by definition, what we call it the energy balance equation, if Grand Marais is 41 and Laverne is 80 tomorrow, you know what you have right here? Like, I don't even have to look at it. You have an extremely strong, probably 200 plus mile per hour jet stream. You have to. Because the stronger the temperature gradient at the surface, the stronger the winds and jet stream are aloft. That's why in March and April, you get these nasty jet streams, which create a lot of turbulence for flying. It creates a lot of severe weather and tornadoes down south. So that is why. Now, as soon as they melt their snow, and as soon as we warm into July or late June, well, there's no more 30s, 40s, 50s. Everybody's in the 70s and 80s. There's no more jet stream, or the jet stream is weak. So a good explainer, but yeah, I always think it's interesting that Grand Marais is just a totally different world.
What is Grandma's Marathon?
So Grandma's Marathon is the biggest well, I mean, there's Twin Cities Marathon, but it's iconic marathon out of Duluth.
Why is it called that?
Because Grandma's Bar and Grill sponsors it. It's a huge bar. I think I don't know, they had a bunch of them, but a couple of them closed. Anyways, huge area, like huge party, and you run along. It's a huge marathon because you get to run along the lake.
Oh, cool.
You get to run along the lake and Lake Superior and up and down the mountains up there, and then you finish in Canal Park in Duluth. It's just a special marathon.
Nice.
But it was 41 degrees one day, and I was like, forget this place, and then I moved.
And then he moved. The rest is history.
No, because, I mean, it's a different world.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because it's right there.
Yeah.
Like 2.5 hours away, totally different world.
Yeah. And I mean, it is interesting about the lake has such an impact on the temperatures and,
Yeah. It's not like Erie or Ontario, because Erie and Ontario are shallow bodies of water. So they just fluctuate. So they don't, like Buffalo recovers, like Buffalo, New York, it recovers quicker.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like the bad weather from the lakes don't linger that long.
Yeah.
But North Shore up in Minnesota, it lingers a long time.
That is interesting.
Different world. If you drive up there too, you're like, I'm in Alaska.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Yeah.
like totally different world up there. But yeah. Was I at the end of the thing? I was going to show you 7-day.
Yeah, and then we
Okay.
re-rack.
Okay, here's your 7-day. Sorry. Oh, here's my hand. Monday looks great, 62. Today, 54. So we talked about La La Land tomorrow. We might enter La La Land, which means 70s are on the table again.
Yep.
I mean, you have to expect that because the reason that I think we could go into that area is just because you look at the ridge, and we'll talk about more about the ridge and stuff here, but the West Coast, Las Vegas, record-breaking temperatures. Phoenix has been in the hundreds. How does that impact us? Well, we're pulling in some of that southwest influence. We're pulling in some of that ridge. So I don't know. We'll have to see how high we go tomorrow. Regardless, I'm probably going golfing.
That's a good day for it, honestly. There's that ridge that you were talking about.
Oh, yeah. So the jet stream is riding high, and then what it does when the jet stream in the red pulls up all of these. So this is the jet, right? So the definition of a ridge is where's the jet stream, right? Because it divides the colder and the warm air. So if this jet stream was down south, that's called a trough. But when the jet stream goes to the north, everything underneath this is pulled in from the south winds. It gets very warm. So temperatures, anything underneath that is just crazy warm. Well, that's why we're going to be warm. Now the trough starts to show up over here, right? You can actually see there's snow on it. And again, the low pressure centers ride the actual jet stream. But underneath it, it's very warm. But you can see up in northern Minnesota, there's actually going to be mixed precipitation and some snow and some rain, and it is going to be much colder there. So that's going to be the setup this week here.
Yep.
Sorry, I've been talking way too much. Ooh, look at that.
It's gone. And
Yeah.
it's gone.
And it's gone. We could take one more look here. So we had, look at that, 24-inch snow. But I did have somebody kind of complaining online that Bemidji had snow.
The weird thing, too, I got that over the weekend as well, because I think I said on Sunday or Saturday, I was like, our snowpack here in the Twin Cities is gone. And somebody messaged me and said, no, we still have snow on the ground in Fridley. And so I think it's interesting to, like, because, yeah, there could be patches of snow on the ground, but it's the general idea that, like, our snowpack, that's not a thing anymore.
No.
They're two different things. You know,
Yeah, people will be like, we have big mounds of snow. I'm like, nah, it's over.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
That being said, it could still snow, and we were just looking at the numbers, like into May, it has snowed in the past almost, every single day in May.
Yeah, at least like a trace of snow.
At least a trace.
And that's May.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I think, why don't you take a deep dive into the snow then?
Yeah, so I mean, we've gotten rid of our snow depth. We didn't have much you can see the 14th there, and then we spiked up to 7, 8. That was that big snowstorm that John was gone for. He missed it, our biggest snow of the year.
I did miss it. It was sad.
But he was still forecasting from the beach, so, you know. And then we got rid of all of it in a matter of days because we got so warm. So here you have your snowfall totals to date. I don't think that we stack much on top of this. That being said, it can and usually
right at
does.
average. Look at that. That was pretty much straight average.
Yeah. I mean, it can and probably will snow at some point into April, but it's different because you get rid of it really quick.
Yeah, I like the month of April. I still classify it as spring. Even if it snows, who cares?
Who cares? Exactly.
There's 5 months of winter here, and I think you can see them right there. November, December, January, February, March, and we're almost done.
We're almost done, and it is officially spring now, and the pattern does look more active. So you can see the precip outlook over the next 6 to 10 days. We're lightly shaded in green. We'll advance it to the next 8 to 14. There you can see it does look a little bit more active, so it'll be interesting to see. We could get rain. We could also get snow. So we're kind of in that in-between time of year where anything is possible. Here's your 7-day. 54 today. We'll see that mix of clouds and sun. Tomorrow will be interesting. We have 67 right now, but John mentioned earlier 70s are on the table. It is possible. And then we get that
Definitely.
rainfall moving in, I think, late tomorrow night into Thursday.
But what a great week. I mean,
Yeah.
Very, very lucky.
Very manageable.
Oh, so great. I'm thinking I'm going to golf somewhere. I'm going.
Get after it. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Thank you.